Right. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening, good day, good afternoon. This is Kingdom Economic Forum in partnership with the New African Concept. For New African Concept, we say we see a new tomorrow. We believe that there's a future, there's a purpose that God has ordained our nations. And our assignment is to help us to unravel so that Ghana and Africa and the world will become the kingdom of our God. Jesus said that until this gospel of the kingdom is preached to the whole wide world, before he will come. So we are facilitating so that we create an enabling environment for our king to come. Jesus is expected to come to meet kings and priests so that he will become the King of Kings. And this discussion that we've been having has that in mind. Last week, we said that Ghana, there's a purpose for God establishing this dear country of ours. And we try to look at two symbols. We've told you that if you want to find a reason why a nation exists, you go and ask the forebears. Fortunately, our forebears did not do us bad. They left us signs to prove what was their intent. Last week we said about the intent, and then we looked at two symbols to really look at their intent. Look at the flag and then the coat of arms. Teachers, listening to me. It is not enough for children to draw the flags or draw the coat of arms. It's not enough. We need to teach them to understand the meanings for the colors of our symbols. Then becomes intentional about it. As part of our discussion, I said that because of the blood that our forebears shed for us, spiritually, it's illegal for Ghana to enter into any other war, because the price has already been paid. But if we allow ignorance to take the better part of us, we will fight war that have been won already. And that is what is even affecting most Christians. Most Christians are fighting war Jesus has fought already. They are still fighting it. Because Jesus, the Bible says that for lack of knowledge, my people perish. Hosea 4:6. So we are trying in this episode highlighting or shining the light, the knowledge for you to understand. You can even use the colors, the symbols as a prayer point for Ghana. When we are asked to pray for Ghana, the words to use, the meanings, everything are in these symbols we discuss. Where we get our brick, the gold represent the golden mindset, the green having relevant. If you are praying about Galamsey, the solution is in a flag. So we use it. And then for the coat of arms, when we were concluding last week, where the coat of arms sits on is the freedom and justice. Our forebear envisioned a country where we have freedom and justice. And we said that there is no justice without truth. And there is no freedom without responsibility. So if we are calling for freedom and justice, we are telling that we should become responsible and tell the truth. If all these values are working, trust me, Ghana will be heaven on earth. Like Jesus said in Matthew 6, when we pray, we should ask God that his will be done on earth as it is in heaven. And trust me, we are getting there. Today, with me in the studio is my brother, friend, my pastor, my philosopher, what else? Dr. Joshua Ponsafo. We want to look at the national pledge and the patriotic songs. Now, do you know in this country some leaders were vetted and were asked to cite the national anthem or the pledge and they couldn't? And yet, because the thing did not enter their bloodstream. They just sang it while going through school. And I will not be surprised that even some of these international schools, might not even be singing, they are not singing our national anthems, and I think it should become compulsory. I don't have any data to prove, but I will not be surprised. But the country, no matter the educational form that we are having in the country, everybody must have a course in history of Ghana.
Yeah.
Where we have all these things tailored. Maybe you are a historian. Let's develop some curriculum and give to what we call GES, the value system, teasing it out from all the things we are mentioning, and share with them that everybody Ghanaian, even it should be compulsory that those who want to naturalize have to go through that history before they will give you the visa or whatever. Those who are even coming to work here, they have to go through all these things and acclimatize themselves to the nationhood of Ghana. We don't really understand. Even the citizens don't understand. How about the foreigner? So I think whilst we're talking that these ideas are coming up, maybe let's take note of it and develop something. The songs are beautiful, but sadly, because you remember when we were discussing about the death of nation, you said that a nation that is tuned to entertainment is a sign of the death of the nation. One of the signs. You know, the national anthem and the pledge is the beat or the entertainment aspect near too. Oh, God bless the home. We have not been exposed. I rise, Ghana youth. And last you said when we are going on demonstration, then we say we come.
We are all involved.
We are all involved. General, yes. Do we really understand these days? Do you remember that we've said that no nation existed without God intervention? And all these songs, because all these songs were dropped from heaven, because it speaks to the identity of our nation. That is what we are meeting today to discuss. Up until trying to look at what we want to discuss some years ago, I realized that the national anthem, and I played, there were 3 stanzas. But
the national anthem is actually 3 stanzas.
Even national anthem and national pledge 1, but national anthem 1, 2, 3.
The anthem.
That beautiful song, very informative.
Very.
Before maybe dog you move on, national pledge. Let me say it so that people will know so that we understand, isn't it? We tell me what be a what count as we make or he says that I promise on my honor to be faithful and loyal to Ghana, my motherland. I pledge myself to the service of Ghana with all my strength and with all my heart. Who didn't you? Who can't? The pledge means you can't move. I promise to hold in high esteem our heritage, won for us through the blood and toil of our fathers. And I pledge myself in all things to uphold and defend the good name of Ghana. So help me God. Hey, don't go to my Jesus.
That's serious words.
Serious words.
Very serious words.
Impactful words.
Very serious words.
And divinely
inspired. Divinely inspired. Unfortunately, we are far away from it. So maybe a few words to share on that. Just like you rightly said, it is a pledge.
It's a pledge,
and it is a promissory note, like an oath that you are
of
taking.
Office.
Yes, that this is what I intend to do by being a citizen of this dear nation, Ghana.
And from what you are saying, we in time this is so if you really want to understand, I think you can pledge in church but the pledge is in time, an oath, those trees in time. So if you are not living by this. If I'm not living by what we say with our mouth here, it means we are not Ghanaians.
Yeah.
We don't qualify for any blessing that God has ordained for this nation.
Yeah.
Because I'm saying in this country, we say things that we don't mean. As what Jesus Christ, the original picture and circles. I said, no, can one tell it?
Yeah.
And that is the picture. And one, you are making a point.
Yeah,
Promissory note.
Yeah. So the first thing is, it is an oath that you are taking. And because we don't understand the weight of an oath, or at least from our traditional leadership background, it should help us to appreciate. And that is why history is important, so that you appreciate that what the person is saying, that is what you are also saying and pledging to do to Mother Ghana.
To Mother Ghana, to do for Ghana.
So it is an oath that we are taking. And so that is it. And so he said, I promise on my honor.
He didn't even say we promise you.
Yes.
It's very important.
Yeah, so yes, of course, oath is so important that it is you must
personalize the you.
You must personalize it that this is
I promise. No, we promise. In fact, this is where, if you want to play that individualistic spirit, this is where the law allows you. You promise. Because if I promise and you promise, it ends up saying, as we.
So that it doesn't become,
you
just told me to do it.
That's a point.
In other words, you compelled me.
Yeah.
But here, by saying I promise, you then appropriate and then take personal responsibility that I promise on my honor. So it means that when you don't do that, it means that you are rendering yourself dishonorable.
Hey,
so this one is not even
the parliamentary honor. No.
This one is by being a citizen of Ghana, because for to be a leader, you ought to first be a citizen.
So, which means that if you follow this pledge, you are honorable Ghanaian.
Yes.
You are entitled to that honorable.
You are entitled
as a citizen, because you are promising on your, not somebody's honor.
Indeed.
Do you have the honor to promise?
Yes, so it is a serious. Yeah. So first, some of the lessons we can tease out quickly is that, so number one is that it is an oath.
It's an oath.
And the weight of an oath stands on the grounds that it is not something you can just put it in the trash can. It must be really upheld. And secondly, you are promising or you are rendering that oath on your honor. In other words, when you go outside of it, regardless of your titles and whatever it is, you have rendered yourself dishonorable. And then you said that to be faithful and loyal to Ghana, my motherland. Here you are not making a pledge to a political party.
No.
You are not making a pledge
to a tribe.
No. You are not even making a pledge to a religion.
No.
Or religious affiliation.
No.
The pledge here is to Ghana, my motherland. These are serious words. So it means that in all our doings, Ghana first must be the narrative. Even if it goes against the interest of
your church
affiliation in terms of religious affiliation or partisan affiliation,
tribal affiliation,
then between it I am
pledging.
Yes, I am willing or I'm pledging that
Ghana
my
first.
moves, my actions, my choices, my decisions will be motivated in the best interest of Ghana before any other. So pregnant, it is obvious we are just
saying it.
Liars.
We don't know what we are saying. We don't understand.
So the very hands that tap the chest in reciting the pledge is the very hands that will be involved in dubious, corrupt means and corrupt and shady deals.
So, anytime you have opportunity to put your hands on your chest while you are pledging this and you are doing contrary, you are increasing your heart problems. You increase your heart disease, you know. Just say you are increasing it. That's it. Because you are lying. You are putting your hands here, pledging, but your deeds and other things are not. So Ghana is crying.
If your diabetes,
it's coming from those. It's coming from Is Ghana first in the policy you are bringing? If you put Ghana there in your political party, which is which? You serving your political interest or Ghana's interest? Why don't you pledge to your party? But this is national pledge of Ghana. Faithful? Are we faithful? Are we loyal? No. We have. God knows that. God knows that. That's why God cannot answer most of our prayers because the very thing we have promised to do, we are doing the contrary. We should not allow anybody to tell us, we are not following the pledge, and we are wasting our prayers. We are wasting our prayer. Anybody who wants us to pray for Ghana, if you don't go back to this as people, individuals, pledging, we are making ourselves honorable before God, we are wasting our prayers. Our prayers are not going anywhere until what we have pledged to do for our mother Ghana, we go back to be faithful and loyal. As a security person, as a director, banker, whatever position, a pastor, is Ghana, are you faithful and loyal to Ghana? Some people are no contract you are signing, you are even selling Ghana. You don't care what gets to Ghana. It's you first. You don't love Ghana. Look,
I pledge myself to the service of Ghana.
Pledge my service, all my strength and with all my heart. Civil servant, you're supposed to be at work at 8 or 9. You are there 12. You close to 2 o'clock. Is that a service you are rendering Ghana? If all of us are like you, this one answer the question? If everybody is like you, will Ghana progress? Yeah. This is it, because you are promised on your own. So if all of us are like me, will Ghana progress? We are all trying to see, not that we are pushing blame, but we are all solving up.
And with all my heart, Proverbs 4:23 says that guard your heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. So to say with all my heart means that, and the heart is the seat of desire and intention. So it means my actions are going to be motivated by the right desire and intention to see my nation progress.
Wow.
So these things, just like you're saying, they must go beyond just recitation.
No.
They must be instilled in. Now, getting into the schools, we must
the churches,
the system.
The churches must preach, the mosques. Where we have to preach it.
It is a
whole sermon for 1 year. A whole sermon.
It's a whole sermon on its own. It is a whole sermon. Because the Bible says that God will not forgive us until we forgive one another. So it means that if we are making such a pledge, how do we intend that God will bless our nation when we have also promised, like in the Lord's Prayer, forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. So God's forgiveness of your trespasses is waiting for you, or is dependent on your forgiveness of others. In the same vein, God's blessings to the nation is also dependent on responding to that which we have promised to do. That as a nation, this is what we are going to do. Then now God will also do his part and bring the blessings. We cannot live in blatant disobedience to our own pledge that we have taken, and then some way, somehow expect that God miraculously should come in and change something.
It will not happen.
Magical wand.
No prophet, no matter the anointing, nothing will change. In fact, it's waste of time if we don't come back to the basis. If we don't come to this basis. With all my strength, I pledge myself to the service of Ghana Police, the service military, teacher, with all my strength and with all my heart. Hey, Akume,
Very deep statement.
Very deep statement. These are divinely inspired words that you can't debate. Move on.
I promise to hold in high esteem our heritage. And was describing how that heritage came about. That it was won for us through the blood and toil of our fathers, which I think we tagged on last week in the light of the symbols.
Symbols, yeah.
Yes, so the blood and toil of our fathers. So there is a commitment that I promise to hold it in high esteem. In other words, we are not going to waste the toil, the blood, the death, and the tears of our forebears. We will make sure that that which they have committed and sacrificed, we were able to hold it in high esteem. Yes, and he said, I pledge myself in all things to uphold and defend the good name of Ghana. So in all things, it means that wherever you find yourself,
in all things,
to uphold and defend the good name of Ghana. So we shouldn't be talking down even on our nation.
No.
You see, making mockery of our own nation.
Hold it in high esteem.
We must hold it in high esteem.
Love Ghana.
Love our nation. In all things.
No offense.
We must defend it. In all things, we must uphold it. And one of the ways to uphold it is to keep it on a globally competitive status.
Yeah.
So we don't just uphold it with rhetoric.
No.
Ghana is great. Ghana is great.
I receive it mentality.
Yes, I receive. Greatness is not procured accidentally.
No. It's worked up.
Yes. So it is not enough for us to say that, Ghana is a good nation, it's a great nation. Whereas it does not fare well on international status. The best way to uphold it is that we collectively and as individuals. So I promise that if I am an architect, I will stretch myself to be the best or among the best on the global level.
Yeah, uphold.
I've held the heritage of Ghana. In every given field, I will stretch myself. If I'm an author, I'll make sure I write globally recognized bestsellers.
Footballer.
By so doing, yes, footballer.
Musician. A pastor. Whatever.
So this is the mindset that we must raise your upcoming generation with. That don't localize yourself. Stretch yourself. This is the way to put Ghana on the map. This is the way to uphold the heritage.
Good name of Ghana.
So by the time you realize competitions upon competitions, inventions, innovations, because to be a Ghanaian, and that is our prayer, that sooner than later, one of the proudest things to say or to identify is to be a Ghanaian, to really live the Ghanaian dream. Today, the Ghanaian or the African dream is to yes, but that narrative will change because we see a new tomorrow. And then finally it said, so help me God, which establishes the Trinity we already said, religion, and then ethics, and then science. So here it is establishing that, so help me God, there is a divine supply that when our human frailty has gotten to that level where we cannot go beyond, then the supernatural supply will then also come in to help us. So here it establishes, and that is where the place of religion comes in, where we acknowledge the place of God in God said, acknowledge him in all your ways,
and he will direct your path. So help me God. So you can, God, for him to help you, he has even done what he's supposed to do. But then we are trying to acknowledge. So having pledged and nothing is being done is not God who has not helped you. Unfortunately, but God, whatever we need, being faithful, loyal to Ghana, serving Ghana, is our responsibility. So as we do it, then God will help us to achieve that. That is the oath. And I did mention in our can, so usebo no when is what. And so, what to Ntam? The pledge, we all have missed the pledge. I think from today, prayerfully, pastors listening to me, teachers, let us teach this These are the things we need to teach in the churches. That the Ghana in us, responsible citizens, will birth as we teach. Corruption will move away. Because if I'm pledging to serve Ghana with all my strength and my heart, I will not steal from the coffers. And everybody will be okay. The second one is the national anthem. And I've said we have 3 stanzas. The first one, God bless our homeland Ghana and make our nation great and strong, bold to defend forever the cause of freedom and of right. Fill our hearts with true humility. Make us cherish fearless honesty and help us to resist oppressors' rule with all our will and might evermore. The second stanza says, Hail to thy name, O Ghana. To thee we make our solemn vow. I'm saying vow about hunting in town to know. Steadfast to build together a nation strong in unity with our gifts of mind and strength of arm, whether night or day, in the midst of storm, in every need, whether the call may be, whatever the call may be, to serve thee, Ghana, now, forevermore. The third stanza says, raise the flag. Raise high the flag of Ghana, and one with Africa advance. Black star of hope and honor to all who thirst for liberty, where the banner of Ghana freely flies. May the way to freedom truly lie. Arise, arise, O sons of Ghana land, and that God march on forevermore. Wow. 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 So the national anthem is more like, is it a prayer?
It's more of a prayer.
A prayer. And as you sing the national anthem, you are praying to God. Into dog. Hasn't God listened to this prayer?
Yeah, so I think it introduces, so we could see that it is a plain prayer that we are making. Like he said that God bless our homeland Ghana, hail to thy name, O Ghana, to thee we make our solemn vow, and the raise high the flag of Ghana, and one with Africa advance. So it is a prayer, and it's a very good question we are asking. So there is, this helps us to introduce a biblical concept. It is called the divine design. Now, lack of understanding concerning how God, so help me God, or God come into the picture. There is a protocol by which or how God comes into the picture, and or in any situation, and that protocol is that before God comes into or visits a land or into the picture, there must be room created by way of preparation to host him. And through the scriptures, that is what he keeps on doing. It means there is a responsibility that man ought to do, so that it opens room for now God to now come in and strengthen him to do the unimaginable. So some few examples, like maybe Revelation 3:20, we normally use it evangelical. But already the text was right. He was writing to believers already, not people who are now come to give their lives to Christ. What he's saying is, I am at the door and knocking. If any man will hear my voice and open the door, I will come in. The question is God not so omnipotent to break into the door? He can.
He can.
But it is man's responsibility to open the door. And then he said, I will come in and then dine with him. In other words, I will introduce him to greater and mightier things of the divine. But that issue is only possible when he,
the man,
opens the door.
The man
Opens the door.
So with this analysis, it means that whilst we were speaking, I realized how to connect the pledge to the national anthem. The door for us to open is to fulfill the pledge so that this prayer will be activated.
Exactly.
I think so much they haven't.
Exactly. So the opening of the door. So what we want to do is that we want God to both open the door
and
bring the food,
cook, and put it in our
mouth. In fact, and then even digest
just for us. We don't want to do anything.
But the opening of the door is the responsibility of man. So Ghana as a nation, the opening of the door is our responsibilities by going by that which we have pledged. And then now God now comes in. So when God now comes in, he does or helps us to do the unimaginable. So when you take even an example of the first miracle of Jesus, turning water into wine, Mary tells the people, there are empty pots. He tells them that fill the pots with water. The question is, couldn't he just have prayed over the empty pots, for the empty pots themselves or within to miraculously generate the wine? So these things are teaching us how God operates. It's called the divine design. The divine design is that, yes, fill the water. So once the bucket, he will be standing there waiting for them
to do their part.
That is your man's part. Now my responsibility is to turn it into wine. Look at
the 5,000, even the 5,000.
5,000. He could definitely produce miraculously like God did on the wilderness by providing manna. But he needed a substance out of which he would then multiply it for that miracle. See Lazarus. When he got there, Lazarus had been dead for 4 days and there was a stone on the tomb. He tells them, roll out the stone. Between rolling out the stone and then bringing a 4-day-old dead person back to life, which one is heavier? Of course, the latter. So it means that even with a blink of an eye, the stone can fly into the sky. But the divine design is that this one is man. Inti ojnaho ana mo mabusum. Mu piano, he's seeing the sweat on your face.
Want you to work.
And then, yes, but mu pian, he will do what only he alone can do. The reason why we are not seeing the import of this prayer lettered in the 3 stanzas of the national anthem is that we have either we don't understand the divine design of how God helps a man or how God works or enters a land or we are living in blatant disobedience to it. So what is the clarion call? The clarion call is that if we continue this way, it may appear as though God is not concerned about Ghana and Africa. But he is so much concerned about it. The only thing is that
we are not concerned.
The opening of the door, the filling of the barrel with water, the rolling of the stone, this one is not God's responsibility but man. Now the turning of the water to wine is God. The dining with us is God. And then the bringing back of the dead to life is God. Let us roll the stone and we will see what God can do by bringing the dead to life.
You are not honoring your country. You have promised to honor the country, but you are not doing your part. You have promised to be faithful and loyal to your country. We are not doing it. Then we jump and can't ask God. God should come and do what? And that is why our national anthem seems not to see God bless our homeland, Ghana. Because what we are supposed to do, we haven't.
Exactly.
You're asking God to come make our nation great and strong. But you are not great and strong. Go to defend forever. You are not prepared even defend the nation from the individual level. How will God come in? Even when God is working, it will become ineffective because we haven't done our part. But the good news is that God is ready. He has been ready since creation to make our nation great and strong. We, the citizen, sometimes see the challenge is that we think that when we talk of Ghana, I'm say it's a baby, but Ghana is you. That's why the pledge is no. We promise on Ghana is I. So one person is Ghana. You, one person, that individual listening to me, you are Ghana. So that's why I asked that question. If everybody is like you, watching me, will this Oman, will it be great and strong? As Ansebe, will this country, the blessing God has bestowed upon this country, will it become reality if everybody is like you? We have other songs like Arise, Ghana Youth for Your Country. It gingers you. But all of them get their strength from the pledge. Because what promise you have promised to do certain things. So these songs are uplifting songs, motivating you to be able to fulfill your pledge.
That's right.
The anthem, the other patriotic songs are to encourage you to fulfill your pledge. Until we go back to the understanding of the pledge, all the other songs we'll be singing will be emotional songs, entertaining songs, nice beat. I say I catch you, but nothing will happen. Azamkwa, why is a Black Star player? If you don't fulfill our play. Over the 5 weeks, we tried to discuss about the why nation exists under the context of the death of nation. The period has been the issue of the value system. We've used the symbols, the national anthems and the pledge and all the other patriotic songs to let us tease out things that we are supposed to do. In fact, the pledge has told us that it's an oath that we are declaring. And it's your promise on your honor. I'm promised on my honor. So when I promise and I don't fulfill, I become a dishonorable citizen. Is that what we want? If I and you listening to me, if you all begin to do what matters, trust me, God bless our homeland Ghana and make our nation great will be fulfilled in no time. God has blessed this nation. God has blessed Africa. Like I did last 2 weeks, that Garden of Eden was definitely located in Africa. Because looking at the environment God has created for us. Let us begin to love our nation. Let's just fulfill our promise, national anthem, national pledge. Just become faithful and loyal to our respective nations. Let us begin to understand this and work it out. And trust me, Ghana will be a better place because you are alive. And I'm alive and I'm doing my part and you're doing your part. Ghana will be a blessed and a beautiful nation that people will want to come and enjoy the blessings of God. We know we see a new tomorrow. We know the future is secure. If by any means you have lost hope in this country, Ghana is all that we have. God never made mistake to make you a Ghanaian. No. There's a divine agenda. But this agenda can be fulfilled by you. But unfortunately, because we were not taught, we walked in darkness. But now we know the light is on. That's why we are putting on the light. You are so special. You are needed. Let us apply the 3 framework we mentioned. The religion, the ethics, and science. Allow God to give you innovation and insight, and we can do big things in this our nation. Promise to hold this country in a high esteem with all your strength and with all your heart. Serve Ghana. And as we do our part, the nation yet the children yet unborn, the nation yet unborn will all join us and praise our God. And the last one that we said was that our heritage won for us through the blood and toil of our fathers. We should not let the blood and toil of our fathers be in vain. They are crying. They are crying. Let us rise up. Let us work together with them and fulfill the purpose of our dear nation. God has a plan for this nation. Ghana is the best place you could ever have on this planet Earth. May the Lord encourage us to begin to love our nation. You don't destroy what you love. If you love Ghana, you will not steal from Ghana. You will not become like a reserve goalkeeper because your party is not in power. You wish that the party in government now will fail for you to come. No, we have gone past that. Because if the party in power fails, it's Ghana that is failing. Let us pray that God will give us a better alternative who will do better than the one who is the party in power. Yeah. The opposition should think of coming out. If this government policy is creating 1,000 jobs, we are expecting opposition to bring a policy that will create 10,000 jobs. Right. On and on, we build and we move on. That is how we build a nation. Not that you are praying that the policy will create 0 jobs so that when you come and create 100. No, that's not what we are looking for. We are looking for opposition and governance that looks at policies that enhance the benefit the people, so that anytime there's a change of government, we are progressing, not that we are retrogressing. On this note, I hope you've listened to us for the past weeks. Floor is open for you. Let's get your comment. Let's get your questions, your reflection on what we have discussed. And we see a new tomorrow. Your questions time, please.